Welcome to our KPC Daily Devotional. Let's begin by reading from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 12, the verses 2 through 6. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and will not be afraid. For the Lord God is my strength and my might. He has become my salvation. With joy you will draw water from the wells of salvation, and you will say in that day, give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known his deeds among the nations, proclaim that his name is exalted. Sing praises to the Lord, for he has done gloriously. Let this be known in all the earth. Shout aloud and sing for joy, O royal Zion, for great in your midst is the Holy One of Israel. This week, we'll be hearing from my second collection of devotions, Your Inner Dog, Finding Your Place in the Human Pack. And today's is entitled, Steal the Bacon. Gracie, our black and tan terrier, picks up the knotted sock and tosses it up into the air a couple of times in front of Braxton. She then lets it drop, backs up a step or two, and goes into a play crouch. Head low, rear high, front paws extended, tail twitching, sharp bark. She's inviting Braxton to play. They face off over the sock, tense but motionless, watching each other for a giveaway muscle twitch or a moment's inattentiveness. Then they pounce on the sock. One snatches it first and streaks off, brandishing it teasingly, while the other tears after it. Then for a time they chase, trying to grab the sock away from each other, and finally they tussle on the ground until they tire, for a while. You know the game. Little people play it too. It's called Steal the Bacon. We always played it in teams, two lines facing off about 40 feet apart, with a knotted handkerchief in the middle. We number off, and then the game master calls a number at random, and two number eights charge in to snatch away the bacon and carry it home again without getting tagged out by the other. Of course, Gracie and Braxton then segue into another children's favorite, Tackle the Man with the Ball, a forerunner of rugby, I suspect. And finally, they just plain wrestle. That's usually how my brother and I ended our playtimes as well. Dogs also play tag and King of the Hill. There's something like hide and seek, all of them games that children instinctively will play if left to their own devices. The drive to play is hardwired into the human brain, specifically the back part of the brain that we share with dogs. I think a certain repertoire of basic games must be embedded there as well. Games that mimic the toils of the hunt. You see, the instinct to play is part of your inner dog too. As we get older, humans start playing organized sports. Here in America, that means games like football and baseball. Games where specific people play specific positions, and some positions, like quarterback, running back, pitcher, first baseman, seem to have more action, and therefore more fun than everybody else. At least it always seemed that way to me. And I couldn't help but notice it was the kids who always played quarterback or pitcher who rounded up the neighborhood for a game. Those of us who were usually picked last played, tackle or right field. Not much fun. Get left out of the game and you lose interest. Eventually, most of us stop playing altogether. Amateur organized sports are socially useful because they encourage cooperation, coordination of different roles, selfless support of the greater team. All worthy goals, yes. But only a few get most of the exercise. The rest have short bursts of activity and lots of standing around. They don't really get to play. Dog games let everybody play, and it doesn't really matter who wins because all that matters is the playing. All dogs instinctively play. Even old Maud at 13 years would play with young Schnauzer Cullen. Cullen would crouch and yip at her. Arthritic Maud would play crouch a little, then emit low rumbling woofs. Repeat. Basically, it was a dog version of the peekaboo game that our old maid aunts played with the new babies in the family. Hiding behind a napkin and then appearing with surprise. Play increases your happy hormones. It stimulates endorphins and serotonin, the brain chemicals that make you feel content. It increases your immune globulin, helping you fend off infections. It's good for your health, good for your friendships, good for your marriage, good for your family. Healthy dog packs play. Healthy people packs should too, but often we don't. Too busy with, more important things, I suppose. But nothing melds a pack like play. Organizations, staffs, churches ought to play more. There would be less internal stress and rivalry. Happy hormones make for happy relationships. Doesn't take much initiative to play. The most everyday items can inspire the most awesome games, like a bunch of cheap brooms and a round plastic ashtray, or a dozen raw eggs and some spoons, or a ball of yarn and some popsicle sticks. Get inventive with found treasures, just as long as everybody gets to play and have fun, and if it doesn't matter who wins, well, that's even better. Gracie and Braxton, they recommend an old sock tied in a knot. I recommend you wash it first. I hope you have a blessed day ahead. Goodbye.